Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be looking at points, lines, line segments, rays, and angles, how to name them, the shapes, so on and so forth. So similar to these problems that you see up on the screen. All right, here we go. So up on the screen here, I have the pictures on the left, the words on the right. Go ahead and try and match these. Okay, I know I haven't taught you anything here, but I find that most students can match some of these without having to be taught anything. So go ahead and try and match these together. Go ahead and pause the video and we'll cover your answers in just a second. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's see how you did. All right, the point, maybe the easiest one, is this one. Okay, it's just a dot in space. Cool. The line is where you have two arrows on both ends. Okay, you have 2 points and you have 2 arrows. The line segment is where you have 2 dots on each end. So no arrows, just points or dots on the end. A ray is where you start with a point and you have an arrow going in one direction. Think of a stingray's tail, right? It's sharp on one end, but not on the other. Here, same idea. You have an arrow on one end, point on the other. And last but not least, an angle is where you have 2 rays, right? You have rays going from a central point. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it is time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these 4 problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first one, you should have said it's a line segment. For the second problem, this is an angle. For the bottom left one, this is a ray, because it has a point on one end, arrow in the other. And when it has 2 arrows on both ends, that would be a line. Okay? Now, how do we name these in geometry? Okay? And so I have 4 answers up on the screen. Go ahead and pause the video, see if you can figure out which answer or answers are correct. All right, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's talk about it. So the correct answer, QR is correct. RQ is also correct. However, generally when you're naming these geometric shapes, you go in alphabetical order. So alphabetical order would be QR, all right? And you put the line above it, the line segment above your letters. These are both incorrect. All right, go ahead and pause and see if you can figure this one out. All right, the correct answer is point Q. Okay, putting the dot above the Q is nothing in geometry. So point Q, that's how you name it. All right, go ahead and pause and try this one. Okay, so for this one, you might, let me just tell you the right answer. The right answer is RQ. All right, and these are both, this answer is incorrect because it's going the wrong direction. This answer is also incorrect. It's going to the left. Okay, it should go from left to right. So if you're reading in English, you read from left to right. So that's why the arrow goes left to right. And then this top right answer is incorrect because it's going the wrong way, meaning you should always be starting with the point. So you start with the point, which is R, and then the arrow is on Q basically, right? And so this one says I started at point Q and I'm going, and the arrow is on R, and that's incorrect, right? So this is incorrect. All right, go ahead and pause and try this one. Okay, the correct answer here is, again, both of these are, oh, and I messed up, right? Because this only has 1 arrow. That was from a previous problem. That was an array. Okay, let's try this again. So it should have 2 arrows. Both of these are technically correct, but again, let's go in alphabetical order. So M, N, O, R, MNOPQR. So this one is correct. Again, this bottom right has only one arrow. Top left has only one arrow. So this bottom left is correct. All right, the hardest one. Go ahead and pause the video, try this on your own. Okay, so there are multiple right answers here. Number one, you could call it by the middle letter, which is angle Q. And this symbol you see in the front just means angle. That's how we read it in geometry, okay, in mathematics. Okay, you can't call it one of the outside points, so angle P doesn't work. Angle RQP will also work because you started from the outside. Q has to be in the middle because it's in the middle in the drawing, and so on and so forth. Also, PQR also works. Again, we might say you want to go alphabetical, but with angles, well, let's say you go alphabetical, but either one is technically correct. QRP is incorrect, right? Because you can't go Q to R to P. So that is incorrect. And similarly, you can't go RPQ. You can't go, oh wait, did I put RPQ twice? Oh no, RPQ, yeah, that's wrong. Because you can't go from R to P to Q. So this is incorrect. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these 4 problems on your own. When you're ready, unpause, and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the top left, you should have said that this is line LM, so 2 arrows above the letters. For the top right, this is a ray, and it's QR, so this is correct. For the bottom left, this is a line segment, so it should be just a line segment above. And for the bottom right, we could call this angle PQR. All right, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.